This looks like a standard deck. What the hell? I guess we'll keep. Copperline Gorge, Wild and Cattle. So this is burn. Burn. This hand is not good against burn. I think we want to get Watery Grave and then likely Basic Plains, given how our mana is. 2-mana counterspells on the draw against burn deck is not where you want to be. I can tell you that much. Ooh. That's a magic card. Nice job, Polluted Delta. Way to go. Way to hook it up. So, I'm not expecting any other creatures. Well, that's odd. I felt like if our opponent had another creature, they would have played it last turn, but that's all good. Definitely just want to mana leak this instead of reman it. I would just want this done. Get out of here. Like, I don't want to have to deal with this next turn. Oh, man. This deck is being so kind. Let's go back up to 15. What do you say? Maybe a few turns from now, we'll snap that bad boy back. So, my opponent probably not very happy. Probably just like, what the hell is going on? So I could go chump, chump, chump. Or I could just try and block this thing down. Oh, our opponent could have a Tarka's Command. That'd be a big game. Big game. I was like, maybe I don't really mind if our opponent uses a burn spell on one of my tokens when I triple block, but a Tarka's Command would be the beating. So yeah, we're just gonna block with one. And we can path this Nikado if we end up caring. We could also, you know, path one of our own soldier tokens. We have some options. So I'm not sure what we gifts for here. Take another look at our deck. The Timely's gone. We could get like Inquisition, Spell Snare, Mana Leak, and then God knows what. Maybe a land to cast our Ojutai or something, but that doesn't seem all that good to me. And if I do think my opponent still has an Atarka's Command, I can't really just get lands to snap the Timely Reinforcements back either. We could just get Unburial Rites Thing, but our opponent has 3 cards, and that could be lethal burn. So, I kind of want to just get stuff to interact with them right now. This is where Iona would be nice. Iona would just lock this up. So we could get Mana Leak, Spell Snare, Inquisition. That will give us one thing that deals with our opponent's stuff. Murderous Cut could be the other one, but we already have a Path to Exile. So maybe it's just a Snapcaster Mage. So Inquisition, Mana Leak, Spell Snare, Snapcaster Mage. Oh, this is cool. I haven't seen the new gifts in a while where it actually highlights stuff for you. That's really nice. I like that. I appreciate it. Doesn't take much to get my appreciation. So what does my opponent care about? If I'm using, like, Inquisition to set up a potential Snapcaster on timely reinforcements, my opponent can probably just bin the Snapcaster if they're scared of that, which is good because we already have a Snapcaster. So that's one of the benefits of casting gifts, is that you can gifts for a card that you have that's already really scary, and they might just be inclined to not give it to you, even though if they did give it to you, there would be some diminishing returns there. It's just because the information game, like, our opponent doesn't know we have a Snapcaster, but they know that Snapcaster on timely reinforcements would be very powerful. So if I were my opponent, I'd probably not want to be giving me Snapcaster Mage. If they have 3 burn spells, it probably doesn't really matter what they give me. Mana Leak is probably the worst one because it actually costs 2 mana. Yeah, we see the Spell Snare and the Snapcaster get binned, and they are, you know, Snapcaster gets the timely, Spell Snare's the cheapest interaction, so all that makes a lot of sense. So now what? Now we get lit up for 6, I feel like. Maybe 7 if they have another Boros Charm. I think it's a Tarkus command, though. I really do. Interesting. So here the awkwardness of Sunken Ruins is going to kind of play out, where we definitely want to Inquisition our opponent's last card, block and path our own thingamabob, our own soldier. It wasn't Tarkus command. So hopefully our opponent doesn't draw anything great. Searing Blaze, that's quite good. I cannot Mana Leak because I have Sunken Ruins, Ghost Quarter, Plains. This is bad. So I'd have to draw an untapped land. If I Ghost Quarter myself. Maybe I don't have to, though, because I have Lingering Souls. Stupid Ghost Quarter. Ruining everything. So I need to get an island here to Mana Leak this thing. I think my best chance is to stay at 4 life, which is why I'm doing all this weird nonsense. So, like, I very easily could have just let that go and then pathed my opponents into Coddle. There we go. See, now I can play Snapcaster, gain 6. Maybe that's not actually good, though. My opponent's drawn 2 Boros Charms. What are the odds they draw something that deals me 4 damage? Eidolon also kind of counts. So 3 Eidolons, 2 Boros Charms. It's not very high. But if I go like Snap, gain... I guess that's fine. If I go Snapcaster, gain 6 life. And then I can chump with Snapcaster. Next turn, play Ojutai. I should be okay from there. Could use the 3 soldiers also, but... So the Coddle has just been rampaging. It is relentless. Ojutai. Really? I mean, I'm still blocking. If you have a Tarkus command, I take 7, so I can't really do that. So a little unfortunate, but we have souls at least. Block. I'm not sure how many things I can actually attack with. If I attack with one, we can block and play around one spell. But we're not really putting a clock on our opponent, which is pretty unfortunate. Kind of weird, because if our opponent plays a spell, we want to remand it, and then they're probably just going to recast it again, and then we just chump, so maybe we're not actually being efficient by keeping all these tokens back. See, now what does this mean? Does this mean another Atarka's command? That's actually fine, though, because they only have one green source. Searing Blaze would also count. Okay, or just trade with a spirit. That's fine. I accept that. Riftbolt Monoggin. Ooh, Lily. Ooh, Elishnorn. Huh. If I play Elishnorn, it's a 2-turn clock, then they have to draw exactly Boros Charm to kill us. That ain't bad. Yep. Nope. Because we have to take a damage. Damn it. Damn you, Elishnorn. Damn you, Talisman of Progress, for being so painful. Noggin. Down to 4. Well, now we're in the spot where we can just play Elishnorn and hope our opponent doesn't draw a burn spell. I don't really like my chances. But I don't think we can really do anything else. So, in they come. Damn it! Ah! Rats! If only we had that Iona, would have been game. So we cut all the clunkers. Cut the stuff like Thoughtseize and Remand, which is not very efficient against their cards. Lingering Souls also does not seem very good. But this, I guess I could cut a Ghost Quarter maybe, but maybe we want the colorless stuff. We have like colorless mana costs on gifts and whatnot, which makes me think that I want to keep the Ghost Quarter. I could also potentially use Ghost Quarter to cut off white or green, like one of my opponent's splash colors. So, I don't know. I think we want all the lands. Game was close, probably blew it. Came down to 1 point of damage. This hand is kind of bad, but we have a ley line. So when we ley line them, the thing that we're worried about is creatures. Like the creatures that just get through and deal you a bunch of damage, and it's real bad. It's pretty bad that our hand has 3 sideboard cards, and I think we have to mulligan, but that's just the way it is because we only have 1 land. And if our opponent plays a Nacatl or like a Goblin Guide or whatever, well, Goblin Guide might actually be great for us, but Definitely Nicodle, definitely Eidolon. Like, those things are probably going to deal us a bunch of damage. If we had a second land, I would just snap it off so quick. But, man, this is actually close. I think we do have to mulligan, though, as sad as it is. Ugh, I don't know, though. How long will it take for me to draw a second land, really? I mean, if their creature is Nikado, we just can't kill it for forever, though. Yeah, okay. Mulligan. Not happy about it. Also awkward, but much better. Thankfully, both the hands have ley lines. Zoop! Playing Plains first is probably worse than playing Sunken Ruins. I don't know. At least the other way I could Snapcaster Mage or whatever. There we go. There we go. Now it's happening. So many Sunken Ruins. So, have my opponent sack a creature. Opponent will probably attack Liliana and we'll Slaughter Pact. Then we'll pay. Then we'll tick up. And we'll start doing stuff like that. It'll be kind of fun. So, my opponent does not have another creature. That might be difficult to beat. Opponent may also choose to just attack me. In which case, I think I still Slaughter Pact. Molten Rain? That is some crap. That's just straight crap right there. Thank God they didn't attack my Liliana. I would have Slaughter Pacted that thing so fast. Well, now we're in trouble. We are in trouble. So if I Ghost Quarter my Sunken Ruins to pay for the Slaughter Pact, I have to get a Swamp. Ugh, so many creatures. Oh no, even more creatures. This is the pits. Who's on top? Spell Snare. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ghost Quarter's got me good. Has gotten me good. So many creatures. 4 creatures and a burn spell that doesn't target me. Come on now. Come on. Goblin Guy not doing me any favors either. At least gives me a Celestial Purge. That's nice. And Purge one, Snapcaster Slaughter Pact the other one. Opponent Lightning Bolting himself to prowess the Swift Spear. Now I'm at 5? Man. So many creatures. Goblin Guide, you're terrible. You are terrible. Oh god, is this going to be a Searing Blaze? No Searing Blazes. Snapcaster Slaughter Pact is funny. It is humorous. I can honestly say I've never Snapcastered a pact before. I think we just keep open white mana. Now, what are we drawing this turn? Opponent Goblin guided us. What did we hit? Was it a Spell Snare? No, it was a Duress. Alright, what you working with? Burn spells? No way. Deflecting Palm. Pfft. So many things that don't get leylined. Man. The craziness. Is this Creature Swarm over? Man, I could Gifts into Iona right now? That'd be great. Revelry? Come on. And a Spike. Jesus. Jesus. Alright. We got annihilated, I guess. Apparently a couple ley lines and a bunch of timely reinforcements. Well, not a bunch. I have one, but also Snapcasters. Apparently that stuff is not enough against Burn. I think the games are all pretty competitive and, you know, could have gone my way. Maybe we messed up in game 1, but I don't know. Maybe we also should have taken the Spike in case our opponent had a Revelry. That might have made more sense. And then we don't die immediately that turn. We draw Water Grave, then Gifts, and, you know, our opponent has 3 draw steps to cobble together the last 3 points of damage, so yeah, probably should have just taken the Spike. I was like, oh, I have the ley line. Obviously, the Spike doesn't matter, but that's clearly not the case. And then the Palm, we could just play around. Like, we're probably going to win with Iona, right? So the Palm doesn't actually do anything. So yeah, that made no sense. I should have taken the Spike for sure. But yeah, starting 0-1. Could use some more burn cards. Rest for the Weary, perhaps. Maybe the Iona main deck. I'm not sure. But yeah. Close games, close games.